Hey guys, today we are going to watch the oldest cities in Great Britain.
Oldest cities in the UK.
Chica's been here for about a year now and still some travelling to do.
Yeah, loads of travelling.
So I thought I'd show a video just to give her an idea of types of places that there is in Britain and also show some of Britain's history in that. This video was recommended, so we'll jump right in. Boom.
So what are the oldest cities in the United Kingdom? Well, there are 10 that are so old that they predate the record books themselves and are said to have held their city status since time immemorial.
Could you guess what the oldest city might be? Like one of the top 5 or whatever? Or any in Scotland or...
Dunfermline?
It'll be up there, like, but I don't know if it'll be featured in this video. I would dare say there's more.
Before I dive into the list though, I should explain briefly what constitutes a city in the UK. In short, there are 2 kinds. Those with an Anglican cathedral, which alone qualifies them by ancient prescriptive right, and those who were granted city status following an application. The latter kind came about during Queen Victoria's reign, where many industrial towns became cities. But we're here to focus on the former, specifically those whose founding date is unknown, mostly on account of the poor record keeping of the Saxons. For perspective, the oldest UK city with a definitive date is believed to be Durham, founded in AD 995, assuming the records of the time are accurate. So the 10 oldest cities, in order from north to south, rather than chronological order, as that part is unknown, are as follows. Number 1. Originally a Roman settlement founded in AD 71 under the name Eboracum, the city of York is situated at the confluence of the River Ouse and River Foss, and it became a suitable outpost at which the Romans could suppress the local tribe, the Brigantes. In the 4th century, Emperor Constantine the Great was declared Roman Emperor in York, and he became the first to allow Christians to worship freely, and by the year 314, Eboracum had its first bishop. In the 7th century, the Saxons came and named it Eoforwic, with the wic suffix suggesting that it was a trading centre. In 601, Pope Gregory sent a mission to convert the British to Christianity. He selected York to be the church's centre in the north. In 735, York became an archbishopric. In AD 866, the Danish Vikings conquered Eoforwic and put their own Scandinavian spin on it.
I'm pretty sure that wee street was definitely used in Harry Potter, like it had there been.
You sure? I thought it was what's it called, Diagonal Alley in the grass market side that was used in Harry Potter.
They would have used like loads of locations just to get like a full...
Yeah.
Because that's only one wee bit. But they were walking, you know what I mean? It's old.
Naming it Jorvik.
The one
and made it their effective capital in the British Isles. It's iconic.
It kind of reminds me of... Guess what it reminds me of? The whole streets, the York. Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders is more like red brick, so it was filmed in like Liverpool.
Yeah, it just kind of reminds me of
York Minster, or to give it its official name, the Cathedral and Metropolitical Church of St. Peter in York, was consecrated in 1472 on the site of an old Saxon church, believed to date from the 7th century, which in turn...
All of those buildings are really old, like 1472, blah, blah, blah. How are they still standing till now?
They conserve them, like, they're not all still standing.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, but you have loads of, like, old buildings still now that, like, maybe built in, like, the early 90s or 80s, right? That people still live in. Yeah?
You mean...
Like, buildings, like, houses.
In what sense?
In the UK.
From what time?
From like maybe early 90s, early 80s.
1980s, 1990s.
Early 90s, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying, like, how are they still standing? Like, the structure, everything is still like, what did they use to, like, because
better quality materials, probably. Have you seen the state of new builds these days?
Oh yeah.
Was on the site of the old Roman Basilica. This is, of course, the seat of the Archbishop of York. Number 2. In the 6th century, St. Daniel founded a monastery in a settlement in the area we now refer to as North Wales. This became known as Bangor, meaning wattled enclosure in Old Welsh.
In Ireland? Or Bangor?
There's one in Wales as well, just to confuse matters.
I thought it was a Bangor.
Oh, you're Welsh, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Different Bangor. Right. This does look a wee bit grey, but like North grey. Wales is grey.
It's not a fine city. No. I wouldn't go there, I'm sorry.
What? Well, if we ever go to like Snowdonia, you know, I love mountain hiking.
I would love to go to New York because New York looks fine and old, you know.
Yeah, York is nice. It's like Cheshire too.
Bangor looks so grey and not.
Sorry, people from Bangor. It doesn't sound like you'll be meeting chicken.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He became the first bishop of Bangor in the Kingdom of Gwynedd. On the site of the original monastery is Bangor Cathedral, which was built in the 12th and 13th centuries. Restorations took place over the centuries following various attacks, including one instance when King John destroyed it during a raid on Gwynedd. Bangor is the oldest city in Wales, or to put it another way, the oldest city in the UK outside of England. Number 3.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In the 7th century, St. Chad, Bishop of Mercia.
It's not the most cool cities, it's the oldest city.
The settlement was Lichfield, and it became the focal point of Christianity in the Kingdom of Mercia. Following Chad's death in 672, Lichfield became a place of pilgrimage. A Saxon church was built, which became his resting place. In the same spot, the Normans built a new cathedral from the year 1085. The construction of the present cathedral began in 1195.
Looks like the one on Princess Street in Edinburgh.
Yeah, it does a wee bit.
The one near the castle.
They do kind of get a wee bit samey, to be honest. It's like when you see them, you forget that how grand they actually are when you're used to seeing them all the time.
Featuring the UK's only medieval triple spire. Number 4. Very little is known about the Roman history of this city, but the Saxon settlers discovered a fort here and named it Weogorna Sestra, though the meaning of Weogorna is unclear. Nevertheless, the name evolved to Worcester. In the 7th century, the first cathedral...
Is this where they get the Worcester sauce from?
How do you say it again? Worcestershire sauce?
Yeah. Is this where it's from?
Probably round about there.
Yeah.
I think it's from Gloucestershire, actually.
And York, that's where you get the Yorkshire pudding?
No, York is just a city. Yorkshire's like a county or
in York?
Region.
Or it's different from York.
So like Yorkshire is Yorkshire and then York's in it.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean that's where you still get the Yorkshire pudding.
We live in Fife. Across the bridge is West Lothian. And then there's Yorkshire, and then there's like I don't know really. There's boroughs between that again, but yeah, it's like a region.
Worcester was built, which became the seat of the Bishop of the Hwickers. Hwicker was a tribal kingdom existing from the 6th to the 8th century, situated around the area equating approximately 2 parts of Worcestershire, Warwickshire and Gloucestershire of today. Worcester was its capital. With the Viking invasion and subsequent establishment of the Danelaw in the 9th century, Worcester became a burh, i.e. a fortified settlement, as part of a move by King Ethelred and his wife Ethelfled to solidify the Kingdom of Mercia against the Danish threat to the east. From the late 11th to the 16th century, a second cathedral was built in Worcester in a range of architectural styles from Norman to Perpendicular Gothic. Number 5. In the 7th century, Bishop Putter became the first bishop of this city and is believed to have been responsible for the construction of the first cathedral here. the city is Hereford.
Everything, all of, like, from the first to the fifth city right now, everything has Christian history. It's like Archbishop, blah blah blah, everything.
Yeah, babe. I don't want to say we're like a Christian country, but like we very much have like Christian origin, roots in that history background.
Yeah, you guys, like, it's like so much Christianity, and then there's still...
The name Hereford is believed to derive from Old English for army river crossing. It was a frontier settlement which saw various conflicts between the Anglo-Saxons and not only the native Welsh, but the Danes as well. In 1079, the Normans began the construction of the current Hereford Cathedral on the site of its Saxon predecessor. Work continued into the 13th century. Number 6.
Ooh.
Now, here's where things get a bit technical. In the eyes of the law, the City of London, with emphasis on the city, refers to the approximate area the Romans inhabited from the 1st century AD, also called the square mile. This is actually both a city and a ceremonial county in its own right, and an enclave surrounded by the ceremonial county of Greater London. In the 9th century, Alfred the Great is believed to have come across the old Roman fortifications and turned it into a Saxon fortified settlement that could better withstand Viking attacks than the previous base, believed to be around the Covent Garden area, with 2 street names of today providing clues, as in Old English, Strand means beach, and Aldwych means old trading centre. Following the establishment of the Archdiocese of Canterbury, a cathedral was constructed in London in the 7th century and was dedicated to St Paul. This has gone through various iterations up to the present structure designed by Christopher Wren in the aftermath of the Great Fire of 1666. Number 7. Before the Romans came, this area was home to a tribe known as the Cantiaci, from which the name of both the city and its county, Kent, derive. The city, of course, being Canterbury. After the Claudian invasion of AD 43, the Romans established a military base which they called Duravernum Cantiacorum. This became the principal trading centre for the surrounding area. Around AD 270, defensive walls were put in place, which remain in place to this day, albeit with various reworkings. In the 6th century, the Jutes established the Kingdom of Kent, with Canterbury becoming its capital. In AD 597, St Augustine arrived in England on a mission to convert its inhabitants to Christianity. In doing so, Augustine became the first Archbishop of Canterbury. By the 9th century, it was firmly established as the centre of the English Church. This did, however, mark it out as a target for the Danish Vikings across multiple generations. In 1011, Canterbury Cathedral was built.
That black and white building looks like a pub from like an old pirate movie or something. Where it's all fallen over.
It looks like a shoe to me.
Like a shoe?
Yeah. It does look like a shoe.
Following the capture of Archbishop Althage. The cathedral was rebuilt and subsequently burnt on 2 more occasions before being built in stone. It was the site of the martyrdom of Thomas Becket in 1170 by the Knights of Henry II, and subsequently became a place of pilgrimage.
It's just old.
Yeah, I mean, old.
Number 8. England's smallest city is also among its oldest, named after the wells in the grounds of the Bishop's Palace and the cathedral. The city of Wells is believed to have originated as a small Roman settlement. In the early 8th century, King Ian of Wessex chose Wells as the site of a minster church. By the early 10th century, the Diocese of Wells had been founded by King Edward the Elder. This diocese moved to Bath in the Norman period, but as a compromise, a joint diocese was later set up between the two. But officially
everywhere.
Babe.
Allow me.
Just to be clear for the people watching, right? Chica wants a white house painted white, with white chrome, white everything,
white everything
lampshades,
inside, white duvet,
bedsheets.
white walls, white
This
furniture.
is too old. You couldn't live in that. If that was a house, you couldn't live in that house.
No.
Because it's old.
No.
It's not new. Even though, come on, every fella would be like, ah, that's my castle, Joy.
No
Do
way.
you want to come back and see my castle?
No.
Like,
But I just saw WH Smith. That's like, it's everywhere.
yeah,
You know,
it's,
we
it's
have
a
to
very,
remember.
it's like a wee newsies. It does your stationery and that. Yeah. Anyway, we'll finish this because let's see. I'm pausing it. Right.
Exclusively to Wells in the 13th century, several decades after the construction had begun on Wells Cathedral. Number 9. The first inhabitants of this city are believed to be the Belgae tribe. The Romans arrived here shortly after the Claudian invasion of AD 43 and established their own settlement, which they called Venta Belgarum. The meaning of Venta is uncertain, but believed to be a Brythonic word for market.
Card factory, babe. Oh my
yeah.
god.
When the Saxons discovered the abandoned Roman settlement, they named it Venta Casta,
Ooh.
meaning fort of Venta,
Debenhams
which
actually.
evolved into
It's got, at the time of this video, Debenhams has gone into administration.
Winchester.
Yeah.
In the 7th
Oh,
century.
Winchester. Supernatural fans. Winchester. Babe, you never watched Supernatural. You can't relate, but Supernatural fans, Winchester.
Okay.
Built here. And in AD
Supernatural
676, the Bishop of Wessex moved his seat to Winchester, effectively making it a cathedral. The Normans would later demolish this in the late 11th century and begin to build in its place the present Winchester Cathedral, although work continued until the 16th century.
500 years.
In AD 871, Alfred the Great was crowned King of Wessex and established Winchester as its capital. When England became united as a single kingdom in the 10th century, Winchester remained the capital until the 12th century. Number 10. In the 1st century AD, the Romans ventured into an area of the southwestern British Isles where they founded Isca Dumnoniorum, a name which references the Dumnoni tribe who predated the Romans and to whom the county Devon is named after. The city was, of course, Exeter, was situated at the southwestern terminus of the ancient Roman road known as the Fosse Way. In the 7th century, the Saxons settled in the ruins of the abandoned Roman settlement, which they named Escancester, whose name evolved to Exeter. Having been subject to various Viking attacks, it was fortified in the 10th century by King Athelstan. In the year 1003, disaster struck as the Vikings plundered the city after they were let in through the gates. Although more or less reduced to rubble, Exeter recovered, and by 1050, Exeter Cathedral was founded. From the early 12th century, it was rebuilt by the Normans. And those are the 10 oldest cities in the United Kingdom as it pertains to city status.
Goes way back.
And to reiterate, in no particular
Been down on
chronological
houses for
order,
years.
as their dates of foundation will remain a mystery.
That's
If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. All the footage featured comes.
Well, I mean,
those are all old places. Let's face it, you want to go to basically the bank regions of any city.
I do like York.
You want to go and see bank buildings, babe.
I do like York. I would go to York.
Yeah,
you know.
York is quaint, like.
Yeah. But
it's
not
a huge
definitely
city,
not
but
Bangor and Wales and stuff and
what about
Canterbury and other ones.
I've never been to Cardiff or Swansea, but
No.
they're in the south.
Well, York is like my number one. That's like the one I would.
I
go
would. What
to.
about? I would like to go to Warwick Castle. Actually, you would like that. It's cool. It's like a big, massive old castle.
You
but
like
still.
you just like. Really
I want to
old.
shoot bow and arrows and stuff.
Why
what's
would
wrong
you
with
wanna
that?
shoot bow and arrows?
Yes. Practice my skills. Keep myself.
Yeah, maybe we could also go hunting.
Ready.
We could also go hunting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunting with machine
Yeah,
guns.
and shoot pigeons or what?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
On the to-do list. So yeah, that was that. That's that video.
it was okay.
Anything more to add?
I mean, I was expecting like really beautiful
Did you
old
want to
city.
see like dinosaur fossils and stuff?
No, I mean I was expecting like really beautiful old cities. You have like more beautiful old cities in the other side of Europe. I mean, the only ones I could see that like were really beautiful were like York and which other one was that? Well, the other ones were just all.
This was just
average.
all. This wasn't the most beautiful cities.
Yeah,
we can watch,
old cities can be beautiful
we're gonna
as
watch,
well.
We're gonna watch the world's
Aesthetics.
Britain's most beautiful cities
Aesthetics.
next time, because old isn't even impressive.
I think old cities in like Budapest, Prague, and also they're still really old, but they're still like really beautiful. The cities are just so grey.
What a kick in the nuts, Britain.
I'm sorry.
Right, guys, thanks very much for reacting. I hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did, at least.
Bye.